Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today, obviously, we still have the technical difficulties with Kenneth's camera, but he's still here with us,
Hi.
and we're gonna discuss something based on the huge pandemic that is going on and how people are going unemployed, and because of that, a lot of them are losing healthcare coverage or the healthcare insurance because so Trump came out with a similar solution to what Bernie Sanders is trying to uh, say that we should do, and that is that we should move into Medicare for all. Giving everyone expand Medicare to everyone, so people would not be without health care. And what? But Donald Trump came out with a similar thing, which is, let me go into the Twitter. It says, rather than open the Affordable Care Act exchanges, Trump and Alex Azar just announced another plan. People without insurance can get care for free, and hospitals will get paid for at Medicare rates. Wish there was a phrase for that. Obviously, he's talking about Medicare for all. That's what essentially it is. All right,
Yeah.
right. Government paying for healthcare coverage for its citizens, right? And in the Wall Street Journal, there's a clip for that, and it's Donald Trump talking about it.
Today, I can so proudly announce that hospitals and healthcare providers treating uninsured coronavirus patients will be reimbursed by the federal government using funds from the economic relief package Congress passed last month. So that was as per the question yesterday and actually the day before yesterday. This should alleviate any concern uninsured Americans may have about seeking the coronavirus treatment.
We are all
There you guys have it from Donald Trump
Uh,
himself. Oh, you want to keep watching the whole video? We could play the whole thing.
no, I'm saying,
So obviously, Democrats had said, "Oh, let's expand the Affordable Care Act exchange rates, right? Let's have
yeah,
that so people could go back into into having Medicare, into having healthcare insurance again. But what most people said about that is like, yeah, you may be able to get healthcare insurance, but that's gonna lead into people paying high premiums and high co-payments, and people don't want that shit. People want their healthcare to be taken care. And Donald Trump just said right there, look, let's just pay the hospitals, let people get treatment. The people who had no insurance get treatment for the coronavirus, and the government is gonna pay them back no at healthcare rates, right?
a Medicare rate.
Medicare
Yeah,
rates, my bad. So what do you think about that,
yeah.
Kenner?
Uh, Democrats had an easy layup. All right, you had Bernie Sanders, a quote unquote Democrat.
Yeah.
All right, saying, "Hey, you know what people are like? Medicare for all." And then you had say, "Hey, we should pay for the coronavirus treatment." And then you had Joe Biden go out there and say, "No, no Medicare for all."
Medicare for all.
Yeah, he had a lot of other Democrats out there say the same thing. Not what people want. They don't want Medicare for all. And then, even though more Americans are down for Medicare for all than Republicans, all right,
Hmm.
they had Trump go out there in opposition to almost the entire Republican Party. All right.
Hmm.
Well, that's not true because I think it was 53% of Republicans would support it. So, and it's high in defiance of more Republicans than the Democrats would have been, because I think it was like what 70 to 50. Uh, Democrats 70, Republicans 50, something. And he said, "Hey, we should do this at the Medicare rates for everybody." So you had the guy who is a conservative on the conservative side
Uh-huh.
come out for a very socialist plan, and you had the Democrats who are supposed to be closer to socialists, right? Not do any of that. In
Hmm.
fact, decided not to even entertain the idea. Completely get outflanked on the left by Donald Trump, and they say he's so incompetent they don't know how he won.
Yeah, I was
And
waiting
like
for
I
that,
said,
to be honest.
said 100 times. If he's incompetent, goddamn, they must be something else to lose to someone that incompetent. Because if that's incompetent,
That's very
eh,
incompetent. That's very
yeah,
incompetent.
I don't know what
You
they
you
are.
just left the door wide open and try to
Exactly.
like put arrows to the door, and you let the baby Donald Trump figure it out by himself.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like what I said a couple of videos ago, which was Democrats make Republicans look good. Always. They always just leave it open. Something that's so obvious, always obvious, man. People are literally on social media telling you, I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. So you know how you get their vote? You figure that out. You figure out how they pay their bills. And they're like, oh, if I get corona, I'm scared. I can't afford healthcare. And it's like, okay, cool. You want their vote? Figure out how to give them healthcare so they can, so if they get corona, they're not in trouble. And the Democrats go, what are they talking about? And Trump is just like, I think we should give them healthcare.
Yeah,
It's just like
I
amazing.
think we should give him health care and let the government pay for it. I
Yeah,
would
it's just like, and they're like, it was like, what's that? They,
say,
oh, do you know who Castro is?
yeah,
He just like said it to Trump. Do you know who Castro is?
yeah.
No? Okay, yeah. Trump is like Castro now. Watch.
Uh, it's the dumbest thing because what are you gonna say? Oh, look at Donald Trump. He's giving people health care. How dare you?
Yo,
In a during a pandemic where people are literally going uninsured because they're losing their jobs and because we have our healthcare system attached to our jobs and we only allow um our what's it called, our employers, I know our,
yeah.
yeah, our employers to give us healthcare,
Because,
right?
because because we know what it's about, man. It's the same reason why they fired that Amazon worker. It's because if you give them too much money, if you give people too much freedom, then those little trash ass jobs they give you working 15, 16, 17 an hour, not gonna be good enough anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't come with benefits anyway,
yeah,
but they're not gonna be good enough anymore. People could just walk away. They don't want that. They want to put the boot on your neck. So they want to say, hey, remember, guys, if you quit, you don't know if you'll find another job good enough like this, that has benefits. Are you sure they're gonna pay for the same doctor? But they no, but that's what they want. That way, it's like you should stay here. Then, yeah, I can't pay you as much as the other person, and yeah, you're worth more. But oh well, if you don't take mine, then you don't get health insurance
yeah,
anymore.
yeah,
That's what they
yeah.
want.
I
And
think,
so the more power they can give the business, the more power they have to do that.
yeah,
That's why they're scared. I mean, that's why Amazon doesn't want their workers to unionize because then they have more power, and then they realize that with that power, people could just walk away. They could find new jobs. They could strike. They could hurt their bottom line, but they don't want to help. They don't want to help the workers. They want to help themselves. So, but as long as the power goes to the people, right? They can't do that. Like Amazon can't go over there and give and say, "Oh, well, we can't afford 2,000 workers. We have to lay you off." Oh, at the same time, I'm gonna give these bonuses to my CEO friend,
yeah,
to my CFO, all
which
that
is
stuff.
like what
And
other company does already.
yeah,
But
like a perfect example. Like I worked at Toys R Us. They laid us off saying, "Hey, man, I can't pay severance." And literally that same year, they like within that month of declaring bankruptcy, they're like, "Hey, though, can we give $10 million in bonuses?" And I'm just like, what happened to the severance? I thought you were so broke you couldn't pay severance. Like it's crazy.
but that's our system, though. That's how we come from. But for Donald Trump, I mean, people told him many times, "Look, the Democrats need to do this. The Democrats need to be in favor of this because what's the other option? Donald Trump doing it, and Donald Trump only has to just play around with the idea that he might or he would do it, or you guys should vote
Yeah,
for me because I would do it. I already gave you a little bit of taste of it. That's what the kind of country we could have if you vote for me or if you vote for my company, And the Democrats are gonna look like just gonna stand there and look at him doing it. You get
yeah,
me? And it just it mind boggles because they know they spend months going after Bernie Sanders for saying the same thing, for
exact same
proposing the same
program.
idea. You get me? Oh, so wait, if we say that we're in favor of it, the only thing he has to say that, but you just I mean, you win against Bernie Sanders for 8 months or 10, actually like 2 4 years.
That's exactly right. Like it's exactly what we said was going to happen. They went so hard against Bernie Sanders in that program. Now that they need it, they don't dare do the opposite because not only will it support Bernie Sanders, but then it will make them look like idiots because they for the last few months they were like, "That's impossible. You can't do that." So they already boxed themselves out of the conversation. And then even Joe Biden this week and last week, and I think for months now, saying, "Oh, I don't support Medicare for all." Now that Trump said it, it is something that everyone wants because they said they want it multiple times.
Yeah,
The American people said they won it multiple times. It was the only thing that was undefeated in all the Democratic primaries, right? All of them wanted healthcare, Medicare for all, overwhelmingly over everything else.
yeah. And the only thing
But
Donald Trump is gonna say, look, we know based on the polls that Medicare for all is very, very popular. If
right,
anything, that's what people are voting, based on right
right,
now.
but
And Donald Trump all he has to do is pivot to the idea.
right because that's the thing. Because Joe Biden, he already pushed himself out of the conversation by saying, "I don't support it." Now
But he
all
will
Trump has
veto
to
it.
do is right. So now all yeah, exactly. Say he was going to veto it. Say he doesn't support it. Even now, when people are like, "Yo, I can't afford my health care,"
I
he
said,
still said, "No, I don't support it."
good luck, bro.
And yeah, and so it's like, and then now all Trump has to do is go say, "Yeah, I support Medicare for all," and it's like, okay, cool. What are you gonna say, Joe? Oh, I support it now too. Oh, Joe's a flip flopper. Just a few months ago, he said he didn't want it.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at these media outlets said we couldn't pay for it,
Now
and
he's
you know what Trump can say? Oh yeah, look, we found the money. I found the money. We could pay for it.
yeah. We could do it
And
tomorrow.
then boom.
Now he says that we could do it tomorrow. It's not a big deal. He
I
could,
found the money.
yeah,
Like we found it.
yeah.
We're gonna pay
We
for it.
found it.
And guess what? All the entire Democratic establishment just already out of the conversation because they
Yeah,
said we could afford
he
it.
could literally say we're the richest country in the world. We could do it, and
Exactly.
then people's like, yeah, it makes sense. Like that's all he has to do. Just give like simple examples or simple reasons why we should, and
And you know
people are
what the
gonna be
crazy
like,
part is?
I like you.
Yeah, and if he pulls it off, how many people you want to bet are going to switch over to Republican overnight if he pulls that off? He's going to make Obama look like a joke. It's like literally that simple.
I mean,
And it's just
he
like
already made him look like a fucking joke. And
no, he didn't make Obama look like a joke. But if he pulls off Medicare for all, he's going to make Obama look like a joke. Because remember, Obama had a super majority. Okay, had a super majority of Democrats in the Democratic House, Democratic Senate, and Democratic President, and all he could get was Obamacare. Now imagine if Trump is able to pull off having a Democratic controlled House, Republican Senate, Republican President, he's able to pull off Medicare for all.
you know what? Most of the Democrats will have to see themselves voting for it
Yep. And then he's gonna go
because
out and he's gonna rub it in all their faces because they gave him that opportunity to do so. They took
yeah,
the most popular position and said, "Nah, it's cool. We don't want it."
yeah,
It just said, "Hey, hey, go Trump.
yeah.
Get that layup right quick."
They're fucking stupid. I, I I think that's why I hate. I think I dislike more establishing Democrats than Republicans because Republicans I could have an argument with them, and most of the time they
Oh,
no, not most of the time, like 50% of the time, let's say, right, 50-50, we're gonna agree on something with them because yes, most of them happen to have their own conservative values and views, but we share on some grounds. We share, we agree on upon. I think Medicare for all is one of them.
I'm gonna straight up tell you right now. We, as progressive, agree with Democrats far more than Republicans. That's a fact. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
But there are some Republicans that are populists that, of course, you'd agree on.
yes.
Now, can you have the discussion of do you agree with more with populist Republicans than establishment Democrats? Okay, fair enough. You might. You might.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Medicare for all, if Trump gets this done, he kind of wins. Like everything people said about Trump would just be wrong in an instant. Well, not everything,
No, no,
but
yeah, yeah.
a lot of
But it could be
a lot of
like
the negative.
It
It's
could
done in an
be
instant.
people might just let it go. Yeah,
Yeah, because it's just like they said, hey, here's the most popular policy in the whole country. We want free healthcare. And here's Trump saying, you know what? We might just do that. Is it good? Is it a good enough position? No.
no.
But if he pulls it off, it's like there's really nothing you can say. Like you know what I'm saying? It's really nothing you can say. Like, what are you gonna say about Trump where he's able to pull off a policy that big, being a part of the conservative party that was 100% against it, and a part where he had a split house, a split Congress, and he's still able to pull it off. What are you gonna say when Democrats are forced to vote against Medicare for all? You see what I'm saying? Like it's insane. Like it makes it hard. And then on top of that, it's just like that's the position that Democrats are putting us in right now. It's like Trump is gonna go out there and he's gonna play those videos of Biden saying he wants to cut Social Security. Right? He's gonna play them because of course he's gonna play them. Who wouldn't play them?
Yeah.
Right? And it's like you vote for that and you're just like, guess what? You voted for a guy who wants to cut Social Security. And he was a Democrat. You can't deny that at that point. And it's just like it's ridiculous. Like it's like people don't understand like the difficult position they keep putting us in.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's like the reality we find ourselves in, where obviously we had to rely on someone like Donald Trump to make the case for it, and that's sad. That's
Yep,
just
exactly.
so.
It's very sad. These guys had the golden goose called Bernie Sanders. Okay, here with the idea, made it super popular. Caucus with the Democrats. People see him as a Democrat, even though he isn't. Uh, People say, "Hey, this guy is smart. He has ideas. We trust him on everything because they do. They think he's a smart person. They think he's hardworking. They like when the people when they asked the voters what they thought about Bernie Sanders, they had nothing but good things to say. Okay, when they asked about Joe Biden, they said Joe Biden was corrupt.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and so it was just like
Amongst the
it was like
independent voters, right? Yeah,
have the most popular senator in the whole country, giving you the most popular idea in the whole country, and you do the exact opposite. It's just it's crazy.
yeah. The
It's
worst
like I
thing of
said,
all is that you let the
they're
other side
cheating.
hijack the idea.
Yeah, and that's even worse. Letting the other side. It's like I said, man. They're picking the fetus over LeBron James.
Okay.
Like it just makes no
Yeah.
sense.
So, what do you guys let us think? Let us know what you guys think about this. Would you guys vote for someone like Donald Trump if he were to do this? Uh,
And do you think that you have more in common with populist conservatives than establishment Democrats?
yeah,
I want to know.
yeah.
Put that in the
Let us
comments.
think. What is your opinion, or what what do you think is gonna happen, or you think that Trump might win with this? Please let us know down below and make sure to subscribe to our channel. We'll be uploading more videos like this every day, so stay tuned. Peace.